All the crimes they do?
Yeah, I assume the UK is just full of criminals. I assume from an early age as a hooligan, you just keep doing crime in the UK.
Roger watches a lot of Guy Ritchie stuff.
That's all I know about the UK. Guy Ritchie and Sid and Nancy.
Yeah, all right.
The UK exported crime for a lot of years.
Yeah, truly. All kinds, all flavors, truly.
So this house,
they built a whole continent somewhere else. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Even the criminals they sent away were colonizers.
Exactly.
This converted coach house and you'll pronounce this a lot better, Jordan, Dumfriesshire, UK.
Probably Dumfriesshire. Dumfriesshire.
This one, 450 pounds. This, us three,
450
could definitely
quid?
get a loan for. Yeah, 450 quid.
What? I have that.
450 period?
Oh, I'm sorry, 450,000 quid.
Oh my God, that's how, once again.
Well, I got that in the house. I'm pretty sure.
We started to rush on the banks with that line. My bad, everyone.
Cryptocurrency. I can just pay you in Dogecoin.
Yeah,
That's all I need.
I thought it was going to be one of those overvalued elf homes.
Yeah.
So
hear about?
Regarded as one of Scotland's spookiest properties, this 6-bedroom former coach house is located on the idyllic grounds of Comlongan Castle in Dumfries.
Long and hard. Come long and
Cumlagan and probably Dumfries.
Despite the
I don't think I'll ever have as much joy as I have hearing Roger try English.
Dude, English is one of my most complicated pronunciations of words.
Tricky.
Especially English. That's some weird language right there.
Yeah.
It's when they get into the shires and the shures and
it's literally English as a second language. That's really
as a third maybe at this point.
Despite the pretty and peaceful location, the historic home is known for its many ghostly appearances.
Mm-hmm.
As the story goes, the property is haunted by Lady Marion Carruthers, who mysteriously fell from one of the castle windows in 1570.
A lot of mysterious falls happen in these old.
I don't think they're so mysterious.
Yeah. Somebody, a lot of maids getting mysteriously pregnant and then getting mysteriously shoved out of mysterious windows.
What can I get for this place? 390 quid. I'll push somebody out the window. What can I get for this place?
450.
Pump it up.
There's speculation about the true cause of Lady Carruthers' death. Was it suicide or something more sinister?
Or was it a real estate investment?
Yeah, right.
Even in 1570, the Scottish real estate scene was brutal.
Yeah, sometimes they'd shove 3-4 people a day out of those windows trying to get the price of this thing to go up.
Since her death, there have been reports of locals seeing the spirit of a woman who also known as the Green Lady. I was
the
ready
Green
for
Lady.
gray.
Holy fuck. Holy shit. I know about the Green Lady. Is this in Crathes Castle?
This is in a castle in Comlongan.
Okay, so it's not outside Aberdeen. When I was a wee
See, this is how he talks, Eugene, when he talks about the motherland.
This is when we lived outside of Aberdeen. We would go to Crathes Castle, and they also tell a legend of a green lady who was some sort of a baby's nanny or something, and then she got killed and is a ghost now.
This Green Lady.
Green is traditionally, especially in the British Isles, associated with witchcraft.
Oh, interesting.
It becomes more associated with red or black once it gets exported. But yeah, like old medieval literature, you'll always hear about the devil and a green woman.
The green
woman dressed in green.
Interesting.
Right.
The Green Man also comes to mind. He's another kind of figure of the folklore of the British Isles.
This Green Lady is seen wandering around the castle while other people insist they've heard crying sounds. What makes it even creepier is that the grass won't grow in the spot where she reportedly passed away.
Ooh, weird.
Well, because they never moved the body.
Well, that would technically make it grow better, right?
Roll her over. Roll that.
Well, I mean, listen, subscribe to Werewolf Radar so we can fund these type of experiments.
Yeah, we need to go out and test the soil. That is always so strange to me when there's like stuff that won't like an area where something won't grow is like, that's spooky. That's weird. That's
the most famous one we've been stuck on recently is that ring of ungrowth in Hakio forest in Romania.
Yeah. That Romanian forest one is really weird.
To catch you up, Eugene, there's a forest. There's a magical fairy ring, if you will, in the Romanian forest. It's supposedly extremely haunted. Josh Gates, Josh Gates of Destination Truth. He has Expedition Unknown right now. Sent his crew to that place. They all spent some time in the circle, and one of their cameramen was thrown on camera away from the circle. Like you see him just fly, not shoved. He was like picked up and
chucked.
thrown. Oh yeah, chucked. Oh, wow. Sorry, yeah.
He got hurled by the unseen hand of a
15th century Scottish woman.
Of a strange entity.
Those brave enough to venture outside will find numerous spooky but suspicious outbuildings or spacious off-buildings that offer a plethora of development opportunities. Once cleared out,
you could have, if you wanted out here, you could have a scary game room. If you wanted out here, this could be a terrifying children's room.
I could suspicious outhouse.
I could see this as a suspicious outhouse, or maybe even a harrowing garage.
If you think you're up for the challenge of sharing a home with a wandering spirit, the historic house and converted barn, it could be yours for $585,000 US.
Yeah, I'm short.
No, this is more reasonable.
Real short.
Us three, we can maybe do it. I don't know how. We would have to pull together our $1,000.
Here's my assets.
Okay.
That's the price of a 2-bedroom home already.
My microphone.
Yeah, you could swing that. You could swing that. The three of y'all, I could get you into that.
Interesting. See? Okay. All right. Well, if you say there's hope, then maybe I'm on board.
So
we can get in there.
My credit is -4.
See, my credit's really good, but I have a large outstanding loan, so I'm not sure how well we're gonna be right now.
That's really crazy.
Added.
My credit is ×4, so I think it would multiply. I have a crazy multiplier.
But is it times -4 or +4? Because this matters.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, sorry. You're in the mirror zone. Everybody's credit score is reversed.
Yeah, you now have a credit score of -I.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I could probably get you a lease back because of the spirit that is living there would have to pay.
See?
So,
and then we could... You know what we do? We take those spooky satellite properties and we turn those into additional bed and breakfasts for other ghosts. This thing will pay for itself.
Yep.
And then, we let other ghosts move into these places. Then we let paranormal tourists come. They can stay in the house. That's double rent, baby.
Has anybody trademarked Scare B&B?
That's what I'm gonna say. If not trademarked now by publication of this episode.
I'm not going to GoDaddy right now.
Somebody must have.
So now we move across the Atlantic. Too good. What is it? Atlantic Lake? We move across the Atlantic Lake.
Oh no.
To
I'm just not ready to have this talk.
Lavetta Place, New York, USA.
Okay.
1.4 million pounds. This is definitely a British paper. 1.8 million.
0.8 million. Okay, we're good.
Previously, the home of Canadian film director Adam Brooks. Not sure if any of his
supposed to know that name.
Anything I know, or I'll look it up.
It's a nice house.
You keep going.
He's the third of the Brooks brothers, but the other two got really famous.
This beautiful riverfront
of the Brooks.
Riverfront home is located in Nyack, New York. On the outside, this family dwelling looks peaceful and pretty, but it has an infamous reputation.
Okay.
In 1991, the New York Supreme Court decided that the Grand property was legally haunted.
Oh, legally haunted.
Yep,
huh?
let me
What year
read that
was this?
again.
Prior to that, it was illegally haunted.
In 1991, the New York Supreme Court decided that the grand property, Lavetta Place, New York, was legally haunted.
Fucking
So
hell.
were there actual Ghostbusters in the 80s that we don't know about?
This is called this is called the Ghostbusters ruling, and it's a
Wow.
landmark
Shit.
case in the New York Supreme Court.
Dude.
The case was actually called the Stambovsky versus Ackley lawsuit,
Versus Chronobolicus, the time render.
and is now so famous because we are reporting on it now that it is widely taught in U.S. law schools.
Fucking crazy.
Okay, we know some lawyers. If you're listening, tell us you know about this law.
Yeah, hit us up. Ghost
Laura,
law.
if you know about this, I know you listen sometimes. Hit me up about this law. Let me know if you were taught that in Alaska.
Wow, that's incredible.
If you get me a property that has an official seal that
Oh
says
my
it's
God.
haunted, I can sell that property for anything at all.
Right?
There's
Yeah,
no
but then
limit.
Literally.
Then you would have to hang out with Zach Baggins sooner or later. And do you know about
Yeah,
him,
ooh.
Eugene?
Ooh.
No.
You don't want Baggins.
He's if Ed Hardy was a ghost hunter, I guess.
Jesus.
If the
Okay.
brand
No,
was
no.
a person
He's
and a
if
ghost
an Ed
hunter.
Hardy t-shirt was a ghost hunter.
Yes.
It's yeah, you don't want to hang out with Baggins. Yeah, I get it. I get why they're selling this property. If it's haunted by anything, it's the constant threat of an appearance by Zach
Rumor
Baggins.
Oh my
rumor
God.
has it that the previous owners, the Ackley family, lived with paranormal activity for over 20 years before
Wait.
putting the house on the market in 1989.
Where it was purchased by
Without-
Adam Brooks, Canadian film director, famous for such movies as Definitely Maybe,
That's
and French Kiss, and Wimbledon, and
I know
Bridget
French
Jones,
Kiss.
The Edge of Reason.
I know that movie also as well.
I was gonna guess he did the Canadian version of Ghostbusters, Spirit
No,
Breakers.
he buys this. He buys this after it was sold put it on the market in 1989 without mentioning the ghostly residence. After the buyer, Mr. Stambovsky, discovered the truth, he took the Ackley family to court to cancel
Whoa.
the deal and get his money back.
I'm Mr. Stambovsky, and
Wow.
I absolutely must have an unhaunted house right away.
Like asking for that in New York State alone is like, come on, you like move
That
to a
is
different newer
crazy.
state if you don't want a haunted property.
That is called a stigmatized property,
Okay.
and it is thrown out there for if someone, it used to be, they don't have to do this anymore, but let's say murder
Sure.
Yeah.
happened at your
Okay.
house. Most places don't anymore, but it used to be you had to disclose that because that would make the
Interesting.
property stigmatized. But that's amazing that he has an officially
Interesting.
stigmatized property of a haunted house. I mean, I would
Crazy.
like to have that just to make an NFT.
Right though?
And
Like,
you're
that
invested
seems-
in Ethereum, so
Yes.
you
That
you
seems
got
like
it.
such a perfect storm of a property.
Yeah.
But the problem is he doesn't get the official listing until after the court case, I presume. So he wouldn't technically own
Yeah.
something with that historical
Yeah.
designation,
Luckily,
which is
for
If
incredible.
you
Oh, my daughter's
were-
calling. I'm going to have to mute you. Hold on.
No
I'm not, hold on.
worries.
Go ahead.
Luckily for Mr. Stambovsky, the law was on his side and his money was returned. Since then, even after all the bad press, the house has had quite a few owners,
Course
including
it
the
has.
singer Ingrid Michaelson
Whoa.
and the rapper Matisaru. I can't.
Montes Yahoo.
Yeah,
Matisyahu?
Matisyahu. I forgot how to
Crazy.
pronounce that.
What?
Montes
That's so
Yahoo.
wild. Wow. Cool. Who
Standing
also,
proud.
also consulted on Bridget Jones, The Edge of Reason.
He is a man that works wonders.
Specifically all the freestyle hip-hop
Standing-
sections.
Good to go.
Proud at 4,500 square feet. The house offers 8 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, as
Not
well
bad.
as spacious and light-filled living spaces.
And of course, the unending shrieks of the damned.
Yeah.
So far, you haven't scared me off the property. Property sounds beautiful.
I haven't. I can't remember, and I got distracted because of the fun. The ghost really wasn't named. It was just there's paranormal activity here. Not sure what's causing it.
Yeah. What? Give me the name of the property again.
The Lavetta Place.
Lavetta Place.
Lavetta
But
Place.
I wanted to ask you, Eugene.
PXTUBY.
If you are a realtor and you sell somebody a house that it does have a legally haunted stigma on it, can that come back on you if they find that out later? Or would you have to legally disclose that?
If you had, yes, if it was legally in the court filed, which means it is part of the deed going forward, yes, you would have to disclose that, but it wouldn't come back on me because I am just the administrator of the deal. I'm not in the deal.
Gotcha.
But if you didn't disclose that, I would, if I was representing the owner, I would tell them, yes, please, you're going to have to disclose this because you don't want this ghost coming back and shitting.
And you're the gentleman that has the pleasure of saying in showings, and this is where we see the ghost the most. Now, as we continue, you have the third bathroom.
Here's a little bit of a report of some of the activity that people might have experienced.
Lavetta Place, New York.
Number 1, Lavetta Place, New York. Helen and George Ackley, who lived in the home for more than 20 years, reported that they had seen a ghost in the house on at least one occasion, and that they would be awoken every morning by a shaken bed. But otherwise, lived in peace. Every morning, you say, huh? Shaken awake by a ghost, huh?
And then their daughter came in and said, hey, did the ghost shake you awake again?
Yeah, as her boyfriend sneaks out the window. It certainly wasn't us fucking shaking this ancient house to its bones.
Now, for the next house, we have Lefferts Laidlaw House, New York, USA. 3.3 million US currency.
Mamma mia.
Built in 1918, this mansion in the Brooklyn neighborhood of Wallabout has experienced so much paranormal activity, it was written about in the New York Times back in the 1800s.
Okay.
The 4-bedroom, also, this is a part of Brooklyn I've never seen before.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't recognize the name of that.
This is a part of Brooklyn that doesn't have a house touching another house. I'm sure that's part of New York, the boroughs, but I've not experienced it outside of Queens.
Pocket dimension.
Yeah,
that's not a part of Brooklyn. That's part of New York. That's different.
So this was written about in the 1900s.
Sovereign state land.
In the 1800s. The 4-bedroom house is recognized by the New York City Landmarks Preservation Commission as a rare example of a temple-fronted Greek revival building, and is one of the few surviving structures of its kind in this part of Kings County.
And it's riddled with ghosts.
Riddled. Ghosts love the Greek temple front of a building.
Yeah, it's because the damp gets caught in the rafters, and you get ghosts in there.
Just because you're old doesn't mean you have to survive. Knock that. Come on.
The New York Times article the New York Times article from 1878 reported the spiritual activity that Union Army officer Edward F. Smith and his family experienced when they lived in the house that same year. The spooky happenings included hearing the doorbell ring with no one to be found.
Mm-hmm. Stop. The Union Army guy just got out of the Union Army, and then someone shows up at his house a year later, and bing, boom, the doorbell is okay. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I know that one too. Ding dong ditch. I've got a theory of who's behind this.
I think
all of the neighborhood kids.
I'm not gonna research that real deep. Go ahead.
A brick.
If the other paranormal events are like toilet paper in the yard.
Okay. Shut up. So also
the walls.
A brick crashing through the door. That
oh my God.
1800 strength
through
there.
The door?
Yeah, through the door. I thought it was said window too, but it said door.
God. Need to get these
Back
doors
then,
looked
the
at.
The door was much easier to throw a brick through than the glass.
The doorbell rang because the first brick missed the door.
and the 2 rear doors of the house being kicked and rattled and banged with great rigor.
Whoa.
Bigger, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like this guy's just really unpopular.
Yeah, exactly. Only things that could happen from the outside happen to this guy.
Truly, it really
The
does
news-
sound like you're just an unpopular figure in
The
the neighborhood.
newspaper said the hauntings ended after 3 weeks, but that hasn't stopped spiritualists and mediums from doing what they can to have fun in this place, such as seances,
Sure.
Ouija board callings, as I like to call them, as well.
So that's what you call them?
Yeah, Ouija board callings. What'd you call it?
I'll call you on the Ouija board later. Yeah.
As well as its spiritual past, the 2,000 square foot property features 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms across 2 spacious floors. There's also a large garden and a wraparound porch with
love
a
it.
2-car garage.
Very nice.
I love it.
Update. Things had been relatively quiet until the ghost lit a bag of dog shit on fire on this guy's front porch, on his beautiful wraparound porch.
Now, sadly, that one is probably the least haunted. It's just the report from the 1800s, so maybe you can buy it, haunt it up.
Haunted up.
Yeah.
Previously haunted.
I like the fact that the haunting ceased immediately after he took down the disputed fence that he
Yeah.
put up front. His neighbor's property.
Yeah, right. Very funny.
In still New York, the Dakota Building,
Mm-hmm.
$9.5 million.
Is the Dakota for sale?
Wow.
Apparently, the Dakota's for sale as
Holy
of
shit.
last year, November. So, I mean, probably not. Things are going up. The Dakota
I
Building.
don't know if there was a lot of investment happening in New York last year.
Nah,
in
you just
November.
buy that. Isn't that where someone died? Someone famous?
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Lennon got shot in the face there.
Yeah, I'd
Whoa.
buy
Oh.
that just for that. Fuck the Beatles.
Coming
You know
in
what?
hot.
I would buy that for the investment in the spirit, because if John Lennon ever comes back, he's going to have to haunt the hotel that you own.
Absolutely.
I think I like that.
The Dakota Building,
Or
blah,
the
blah,
Dakota
blah,
building. Yes.
You get-
is known for a number of ghostly sightings.
Is it John Lennon?
Maybe. The 19th century building is one of the Manhattan's most mysterious and exclusive residences. The stories of sightings have haunted the structure for years.
Yes.
One of the building's most famous ghosts is said to be that of John Lennon.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, also there's a chance that Mark David Chapman is gonna go haunted after he
Oh, I can
kicks the
see
bucket,
that.
and
Yeah.
he stinks. He's like just a bad, like, you don't want that guy hanging around as a ghost. He's like a weird, sweaty incel, smells like
But
old milk kind of
I have
guy.
noticed that the more famous the spirit, the higher the price of the property. Like John
Sure.
Lennon is
True.
a top tier spirit.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't like the Beatles, his cultural impact was phenomenal. Like, of the ghost of John Lennon, even if you don't care of the Beatles,
Wouldn't it
Yeah.
be terrible if your property had like a D-list fucking?
Oh no!
Just Kathy Griffin there going like, you want to watch TV?
Oh god!
I think
do,
you can
Kathy, actually. I
probably see
enjoy you.
still alive Pete Best hanging out of the Dakota, just being like, "I used to be a Beatle."
One of the famous ghosts, John Lennon, of course, moved in 1973. He was killed in
and
1980.
never moved out.
Yoko Ono
Sorry.
believes he has still never moved out.
Oh,
He is still haunting their apartment to this
Oh, no.
very day. She's been trying to
Dang.
sell it, but he keeps ruining the sales.
oh, I'm here to haunt you.
Other ghostly figures who frequent the luxury New York apartment block reportedly include a figure a figure who guards the front entrance at night, children running up and down the hallways, and the figure of a crying woman.
The
Oh,
only
there she-
black
she's
spirit
back.
in the whole building is the door guy. You're saying to me is
As soon as he dies, they've got like hand him the hat. What the fuck? We
you know,
figured
I don't want to do this anymore. Fuck.
Could you imagine though, just giving your hat and coat to the doorman, and then you going on your day in the apartment complex, and then going down to the lobby and going, "Wait, where's my hat and coat? I gave it to the doorman."
they're in the ghost realm.
Then
Dude,
they go, "We've never had a doorman."
Oh.
Roger, that happens 20 times a day in New York. That's not an unusual.
Yeah, you want
people hand their car keys to people who aren't valets.
You want a free car? Stand in front of an important-looking building for a while.
We now go back to the UK in Earlshire Castle, Fife, UK, POA. What does any of that mean, Jordan?
Fife Castle, United Kingdom, Prince of Aslan. I don't know. I don't know what that POA means.
Set in 34 acres of land, Earlshire Castle in the Fife region of Scotland is an exceptionally historic property. It is believed to have taken its name from the site of a hunting lodge, not a human hunting lodge,
like the movie Surviving the Game,
which was once owned by the ancient Earls of Fife, relatives of Robert the Bruce, King of Scotland.
Hey.
My old roommate was a descendant of Robert the Bruce. He wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
The castle is.
My name's Kyle the Bruce, and I'd prefer if you call me the whole thing. Thank you.
The castle
I
is
opened for
reportedly
Bruce the Bruce once.
nice.
Sorry.
Relative of Sir William Bruce, I can only assume. The castle is reportedly haunted by Sir William Bruce or one of his descendants, Andrew Bruce. We're not sure which.
They look so much alike.
Yeah.
A phantom
You never
figure,
see them in the same room together at the same time.
A phantom figure is frequently seen in the bedroom formerly used by Andrew Bruce, and heavy footsteps are often heard on the staircase used by William Bruce.
Interesting.
However, it's not only the ghostly figure seen floating about. I didn't click the right button. Give me a second. There we go. There are also been sightings of a servant girl and another figure who patrols the spiral staircase at night.
Now, when they say sightings of a servant girl, that's remarkable because you're not supposed to see servants or hear them.
Not a good servant, yes.
That's why she ended up as a ghost. You're fired forever.
The doorman's got to date somebody. Go ahead.
I hope they get together.
Hits her with a candlestick.
Long distance relationship in the ghost realm. I bet it's easier. I bet you can just fly over.
For some reason, I also
passport.
imagine most murders in the past took place with a candlestick. I don't know why.
I imagine the door guy is like Isaac on the Love Boat. Whenever the black sheriff shows up, he's like, "Oh, that's my hit right there."
Or whenever, whenever somebody new dies in the hotel, he's the first person that they meet. Oh, dead, I see.
Constructed in 1546, the property boasts of 10 bedrooms, 2 dressing rooms, and 6 bathrooms. Oh,
Great.
there is no price on this one, but it is 8,000 POA is like the pricing or something.
Okay, so maybe it's in one of those weird like Orkney Islands off the coast of Scotland where it's like, money. Our money is the wind and antlers and the cry of the owl. Oh, and also strange. We've got our own.
They'll take it. They'll take Pete on arrival.
If you smother, I'll tell you what, smother my enemy, Jeremy Wallace, in manure, and we'll call it even.
The price is 37 stacked boulders.
8,000 feet for that. You got 8 grand reception rooms, 3 cottages. And even its own woodland and magnificent walled garden.
These sound like incredible properties.
This one is definitely like a lord.
Yeah, they're all like
fully, is supposed to be living here.
Like fantasy, like fucking estates and
all
shit.
Right, we're back to the state. We're back to a place that, fuck it, I could have got instead of the place I got, and now I'm thinking about maybe how do I get another place?
Well, listen, I heard about a guy who said his house was haunted and they let him return it in New York.
The Silence of the Lambs House, Pennsylvania, USA.
Hey!
Whoa, nice. Okay.
Wait, that was real? Is that based on a real story?
We're going to go into it.
Uh-oh.
This is for $300K USA dollars.
A little short.
Though this creepy abode doesn't come with its own set of ghosts, it does have a long history that movie buffs and horror fans are sure to be enamored by.
Then what the fuck are you doing on this list?
You're right, I'm
Wait.
canceling it.
Wait.
Silence of the Lambs house. No, let's hear him out.
Okay, this is pretty cool.
Let's drive by the Brady Bunch facade while we're okay.
This isn't a ghost house.
Now
On a
that's
ghost
haunted
list,
as fuck.
sadly.
Really violent set. Lot of tragedy.
Yes. A lot of
There
bad things
is,
happened there.
you get 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a house also comes with 2 spacious living rooms, a dining room, and a huge converted attic, and a large parlor that's currently set up to mimic an FBI office, complete with a hat, a walkie-talkies, filing cabinet, and an old-fashioned desk.
Okay. All right.
Now, what I want to know is
pretty
if
cool.
this was set up that way before they started shooting the movie.
Oh, this place is perfect. Oh my God, this place is perfect. This would be, honestly, this is so wild because the house is perfect, but they have an FBI interrogation room, which we could use for those other scenes.
Imagine being the location scout that finds that.
Dude,
You're not going to believe this.
they're like 9 guys down in New Mexico with pizzas on top of their houses, screwed in, claiming to be.
Truly. Truly.
We now move to Mississippi
All right.
and the
Cheapest
Presley.
place we can move.
Yes.
This 4-bedroom property in Canton, Mississippi looks just like any other luxury home with its
Let me
sweeping
guess,
staircases.
$62,000.
No,
I'm sorry.
$900K.
Whoa.
Really?
Jesus.
That's
And-
still
Not gonna
crazy
lie.
town.
Its sweeping staircases, grand facade. But if you delve a little deeper, you'll discover a seriously spooky history. Built by Dr. James Presley in 1852, this property has experienced some strange going-ons. Since
Brother
the
of
doctor
Elvis.
and his wife died in the early 1900s, during an epidemic of yellow fever, it's become decidedly haunted dwelling.
Mhm.
The most recent owners have reported paranormal activity occurring in the spooky doctor's house and insist they saw a ghost of Suzanne Presley in the bedroom where she died.
Okay.
Others in the
Shit.
neighborhood are said to have seen her spooky figure standing at the windows.
Yikes. Don't like that.
Dude, for $900,000, I can get you a quarter of most towns in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And they're haunted too.
Twice as many ghosts.
Owners have also witnessed a piano playing on its own and candles falling out of
Spooky.
their holders. It's been said that Suzanne Presley got so attached to the home after she saw her husband die that she just didn't want to leave.
Aw.
5,000 square feet, $900K. Ghost that is going to live there as long as you will.
Must
And play the
be
piano for you?
Must
Yeah, play the piano a little bit. Music.
live-in piano player. Yeah. Sounds
Also,
like she's
and this is
single,
something
ready
I'm
to mingle.
adding. They
What are you
have
adding?
staircases with ladders.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's fun.
Yep. It's a fun parlor room if you get away from, Suzanne constantly whining about how you changed the decor.
Yeah, Suzanne stroking your cheek as you sleep, saying, "You remind me of Alfred."
Now, let's end on one that has been snatched up already.
Ah!
We're going to kind of go elsewhere. We hit the East Coast. Trying to find.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time that I went looking for Neverland Ranch?
Oh, don't. You shouldn't have done that. But
This was only a couple of years ago, so long after
long after
after
Michael Jackson was in
Michael
love
Jackson
with you.
had been rid from the land, and I was driving from LA to San Francisco for some shows, and I was like, I got some time to kill. What's some weird stuff along the way? And it was like, oh, Neverland Ranch is in these hills outside of I want to say like San Luis Obispo or something. And I went looking for it and I couldn't find it. But like as I was looking for it, I was on all these like winding back country roads, and this really thick fog rolled in, and I started imagining like seeing the ghost of Michael Jackson in the fog, like all slender and pale, just like, hello, follow me to
Dude.
the ranch.
They don't
Does
turn
sound
the
like a
fog on
Reagan
unless
off
you're
setting.
they don't turn the fog on unless you're within a quarter mile of the property. So you were pretty close.
It was pretty creepy. I think I was actually pretty close.
I have a question for you. And this is the place where our last house will be located. Pennsylvania, Louisiana, Kansas, or Florida.
I want to hear the price of the Florida one, but I want to hear about the Louisiana one.
All right, Griffin House, Louisiana. And the price of the Florida house is $4.5 million.
Oh, dang.
Damn. But you can get haunted in Florida for a lot cheaper than that. Seriously.
Truly.
If you're in Florida, hit up our man Eugene. He'll get you a haunted house for way cheaper than $4.5 million.
I can get you a recent ghost. I can get you a brand new. I can get you a ghost that is brand new within the last couple of weeks.
Bluetooth, baby, all the features.
Now, Griffin House.
And listen,
Louisiana.
if you don't even have that kind of money, I'll haunt your place.
Exactly.
Yeah, for like $100 a week, you can live in Casey Anthony's car.
Oh yeah. Griffin House, Louisiana, USA. This property in the Garden District of New Orleans was sold for that's not how that's done. $950,000.
Okay.
Dollars.
Much more reasonable.
To local folklore, the house was converted into a prison in the Civil War.
Oof.
And 2 deserters facing the death penalty chose to end their lives by suicide.
Ugh.
Since then, things have been a little bit creepy. Previous occupants have reported hearing footsteps and the rattling of chains and screams from the attic, where starved prisoners were once kept.
Whoa.
That's still less creepy than being an actual prison.
That is.
It sounds to me that they recently changed that from a plantation to a prison.
Yeah. That is like some classic ghost shit, though. The rattling of chains, very classic ghost.
They are, and I'll put up this article up for our pingos in our Discord. Follow it. We have the link on our Twitter, on our Facebook, a few other places as well. We post everything we talk about in the listen along area. Just realized I'm using 2 computers and 2 different keyboards, and nothing's copying the way I want.
Is one of the keyboards set to Dvorak?
It's set to what it's set on. All right. Anyway, I just posted that, so read that along with us, and think about buying some haunted properties, because it's fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hit up Eugene Kenny if you're looking to buy.
Think about buying some haunted properties. Absolutely. You hit up Huge if you need somebody to help facilitate that. Eugene, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode.
With our listicle that I'm gonna call 8 real haunted homes for sale.
You can tell it's real because he threw his arms in the air when he said real. Eugene, where can people find you on the web?
Anywhere, really. Facebook, Eugene Kenny, look me up. Instagram, look me up, Eugene Kenny, eugenekenny.com. I am Eugene Kenny on the web, been that for 30 years. So if you put in Eugene Kenny, no one else will come up but me.
There you go. Absolutely.
Nice. Owning the name.
Yeah.
And are you starting to do live shows in Denver?
I am signing up next week. I haven't signed up for a show yet, but I'm signing up next week to start going back down because the downtown room is opening. And
we're talking Comedy Works, of course.
Comedy Works,
Comedy Works really in Denver.
Excited.
Keep an eye out for Eugene and definitely go catch him down there.
Yeah.
And us, you know where to find us. We are Werewolf Radar. Tell your friends about the show.
Thank you guys. This has been great.
If you want, of course, thank you for coming on. If you would like to support the show, you can join the Dark Council by giving us as little as $1 a month, and you get additional
Paranormal
content every week, as well as art from us, and we give your money to a good cause at the end of every month. So beyond that, tell your friends about the show, rate us on iTunes, and until next time, as always, punch the skies, Spaceman Joe.